selected to join our armed forces. Mr. Speaker, that said, I would want to quickly commend the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Mahama, for swiftly responding to the crisis by visiting the wounded at the 37 Military Hospital this morning. In fact, Mr. Speaker, the President did not only visit 37 Military Hospital to commiserate with the families of the deceased and also to console the wounded, he immediately ordered that the process be halted at the Elwak stadium. And so I want to assure the majority whip, who in his statement called for minority whip, sorry, Mr. Speaker, minority whip, who in his statement called for the halting of the process to pave the way for investigations. Mr. Speaker, that has already been done. And so as we speak, there is no recruitment exercise ongoing at the Elwak Sports Stadium. Mr. Speaker, the maker of the statement, the minority whip, also alluded to the fact that there is need for further decentralization. I just want to place on record, Mr. Speaker, that for a very long time, the recruitment process was centralized. It took the intervention of this government to revert back to the old system of having the process decentralized. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Member, factually, you are incorrect. Factually, you are incorrect.
Mr. Speaker, my take is that for a long time, the decentralized character of recruitment had been shelved, and that it was in recent times, under this particular dispensation, the decision to revert back to the old system came into being.
Honorable Member, make comments. Don't raise issues that are debatable. Let's comment and move on.
Mr. Speaker, I take a cue. Mr. Speaker, let me further touch on another issue which has to do with the crowds that poured out at the various recruitment centers. And I ask myself, why would this happen even when the process has been heavily decentralized to the extent that today, as we speak, across all the regional capitals, the same exercise is ongoing? I ask myself that question. Mr. Speaker, could it be that since 2021, the military did not advertise for recruitment, and that once the adverts were made this time around, a lot of the youth who are unemployed thought that this is an opportunity to at least put themselves up for recruitment? Because since 2021, we haven't had the situation whereby the whole process was advertised in a transparent manner and people asked to report at the various training centers for recruitment. That is a question I ask. Be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, I support the calls for this matter to be thoroughly investigated in order to ensure that we don't have a future reoccurrence of the tragedy that happened today. I thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Dominic Netiwu.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, let me take this opportunity to sincerely sympathize with the families of the people who lost their lives in these tragic circumstances where young people indeed went out there to look for a job for themselves, only to find themselves lying in the mortuary. The last thing we can do is to politicize their deaths. It's very, very painful, because if you're a family member, you'll be very sad to see somebody trying to do politics with this. So I will not, and I don't expect any member to do that. But, Mr. Speaker, the military had never, not under my watch, or under Kumbo or Woyongo, or Kandapa or Adukufo, or any of the ministers of defense in the past, deviated from what they are currently doing. They had always gone to the regional capitals to do exactly what they are doing now. Never. We did that in 2017, 2021, we did the same thing. At no point did the military deviate from that exercise. I just wanted to make that correction. It's always been the same thing. There are two forms of getting people into the military. The officers is called enlistment, and the recruit is called recruitment. The current system is recruitment. And every year we enlist people into the military. That's the officer call. But for the recruitment, once people apply and they have qualified, you don't want to waste the time of the Ghanaian youth again to every year be applying only to collect money from them. You never want to do that. So sometimes you do it biennially, or sometimes you can even do it every year if they are there. Mr. Speaker, as we say today, I can tell you that over 10 to 20,000 young people applied and are qualified. Meanwhile, the military is going to take only 4,000 people. This current recruitment, just 4,000. The Accra Center alone has more than 5,000 people. That is the difficulty that we face.
Honorable member, this one, I can tell you are speculating. Let's move away from that.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I know what I'm talking about.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, but that's the truth. But if you, I'll seek your guidance, but that's the truth. But, Mr. Speaker, I am saying that I will support the call to hold the process, not just at Elwak, but the entire recruitment process, to really look at the exercise and give ourselves some time, Mr. Speaker, to find out what is happening. That's the first thing I will suggest. Mr. Speaker, the second thing, so that the military can reform, because we have not seen this for a long time. We get bruises, people, but to get people to die and we just continue as if nothing has happened is not good. So I will support that call. Mr. Speaker, I would also support the call that the acting Minister for Defense, and Mr. Speaker, I'm choosing my words well, not the Deputy Minister, the acting Minister for Defense should come and brief this House. Not just on only this isolated issue. This is a very serious matter, but not just on this. When the incident in Obuasi happened and we lost 7 to 8 lives, the minister never came here to brief the House. 2, even when the most unfortunate incident happened and the minister lost his life, Mr. Speaker, I don't remember that they came to brief you and this House on the incident. But now that the report is out, I think that they should combine all this and come and brief the House properly on these 3 things. The Obuasi incident, the issue of what has just happened today, and the military Z9 headquarters incident. They should brief this House properly so that they'll tell us what is happening. Then we can be seized as representatives of the people, what is going on. Mr. Speaker, I say this with a heavy heart because I just left that ministry after spending 8 years. God being gracious to me, things like this didn't happen under my watch. It's the will of God. It's not by me, but it's by the grace. And so I will urge the minister to come. Mr. Speaker, if you do remember, when soldiers went to war, young soldiers reported in war, and the following day they went out brutalizing people, I came to this House to brief the House. I came to make a statement. I came to brief the House. And I came to tell the House exactly what was happening. In fact, when the punishment and whatever we did was done, I came back to brief this House again. So, Mr. Speaker, there is precedence. There's precedence.
Yeah, majority, just a minute. Majority Leader, I'm really watching the timing. So please, yes.
Mr. Speaker, when we met this morning at conclave, the minority came to lobby that they had a statement on the incident. And
on the unfortunate tragic stampede at the Elwak Stadium earlier this morning. The Right Honourable Speaker, I rise this afternoon with deep sorrow to draw the attention of this Honourable House to the tragic stampede that occurred earlier today at the Elwak Sports Stadium in Accra during the ongoing Ghana Armed Forces recruitment exercise. Reports indicate that some potential recruits lost their lives, while many others sustained various degrees of injury in their attempt to go through the screening process for enlistment into the Ghana Armed Forces. Mr. Speaker, this incident is a national tragedy. It is a painful reminder of the risk and desperation that many of our young people face in search of opportunities to serve and contribute to the development of our nation. No one deserves to die in seeking an opportunity to serve the badge of this country. These were young people, patriotic citizens responding to a national call to duty. Their only desire was to serve Ghana under the flag with loyalty and pride. Mr. Speaker, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and loved ones of all who lost their lives in this unfortunate event. To those who sustained injuries, we pray for their full recovery, and our thoughts and sympathies are with them in this difficult period. Mr. Speaker, I wish to commend His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for his sweet and compassionate response. His prompt visit to the 37 military hospital demonstrates true leadership and empathy. It sends a powerful message that the government stands firmly with victims and their families in this difficult time. I also acknowledge the National Ambulance Service and the dedicated medical professionals who responded quickly to the emergency and planning to logistics and coordination. We must establish accountability and ensure that the systemic failures that led to this incident are decisively addressed. If anyone slept on their job, they must be sanctioned accordingly. The findings, Mr. Speaker, of this investigation should guide immediate and practical reforms in the recruitment processes of our security institutions. Mr. Speaker, it is time to rethink technology-enabled system that allows applicants to be screened and processed in batches across various regions. This approach will enhance transparency, efficiency, and more importantly, safety, while preserving the dignity of our young people. Finally, Mr. Speaker, this tragedy must awaken our collective conscience. As a nation, it calls for a renewed commitment to creating decent and sustainable jobs for our young people, so that the desperation does not push them into unsafe situations. Let this not be another headline that fades away, Mr. Speaker. Let it be a turning point that compels us to act responsibly, humanely, and with urgency towards our young citizens. Mr. Speaker, I humbly call on you to direct the relevant committees of Parliament to look into this tragedy. May the souls of the departed rest in perfect peace, and may our nation